Hi, I'm Jeremy Spears, and I'm one of the directors of Forevergreen.
And my name is Nathan Engelhardt, the other director, and welcome to this special behind-the-scenes making of Forevergreen.
When we set out to make the film, we knew that we wanted it to feel handcrafted. And one way we do that is through truth of materials. Our film is set in a wooden world. So it was important to us to get all the little small wooden details correct. From sawdust to wood shavings, to the way that everything could be hand painted. All those small real details brought the world to life.
Yes, in an entirely wooden world, our artists not only made our CG characters look like believable, tactile wooden characters, they also developed an innovative technique in order for it to make it feel like a unique wood carving for every frame of animation. It was really important to us that that wood, that bear, looked like it could have been carved from the tree. In Genesis 1 in the Bible, it talks about how God made man in his own image. And so there's a very special connection spiritually to God that we have. So in this film, we wanted the bear and the tree to look like they had a special connection, even relationally through the materials, so that it could have looked like the bear was carved from the tree.
Early on in production, my family and I took a road trip to Yellowstone National Park. On that trip, we experienced the epic scale of nature. It was incredible getting up close and personal to some of our key set pieces in the film. We were inspired by mid-century color and design. We talked at length about rocks, trees, bushes, and how their forms would change depending on the scale and distance from the camera.
In a handcrafted wooden world, this becomes very important from a production design standpoint. We have the bear and the tree that are of course wood, and then there's an antithetical man-made materials on the campsite side. And so with steel wool and vacuum formed plastic, it was very important to us that when the bear is among all of that antithetical plastic and materials, that you would see this wooden bear sitting in this pile of plastic and feel that that was wrong, and that you would subliminally want that bear to be in that loving wooden hands of the tree again.
We have the most incredible crew on this film. Over 200 people gave their time, generosity, and incredible talent to bring this film to life. It took us 5.5 years to make this, and it was all in our free time.
I think it's undeniable that it's one of the coolest animated things I've seen. So, and again, I've told you this, but like when I run into my friends from animation, I don't necessarily talk about what I'm working on, because I sort of can't because of NDAs, but anyway, I'm mostly excited about this. So I'm like, you gotta see this short, it's crazy, it's carved out of wood, like it's wild. And they're like, really? Like nobody's like, hard pass, not interested. They're like, oh, tell me about this. Like, how are you doing this? How are you doing that?
The whole idea of animating this textures is a big challenge. And so I just said, hey, Rich, what are you doing? You have any spare some time to figure this out? Because and he went off and came up with the solution that was just really brilliant.
On a typical production, like, I feel like anyone would be risk averse to trying to spearhead something like that, just because it's such a big project that spans across so many different departments. But I think that we really figured it out, to be honest. Like, especially with what Colin developed, it's in much more of a procedural type of mode where it's cheap and we can do this on like bigger productions if need be.
I just want people to be amazed and dazzled by this work that was done by a group of artists on their own time, you know, without any studio funding or anything like that. You know, how we're able to achieve something without any funding or backing whatsoever. You know, this is purely on you know, talent and the belief in, you know, one another.
It's our desire that this film would inspire a sense of joy, hope, and wonderment about what life is about, and the God who desires to have a relationship with us in that deeper spiritual allegory. And so we do truly hope that you've enjoyed this little behind the scenes making of video of Forevergreen.